Hello guys, how we doing? It's Luke from the Three Hammers. I've just finished watching the West Ham versus Manchester United game, FA Cup quarter-final. As you can tell, I've lost my voice a little bit from the reaction from the goal that we scored. That was absolutely emotional drain. The nerves, the tension. That was a real FA Cup tie, and my God, as I say, the nerves were just ridiculous. Let's start with the lineups as I always do. Man United were the home team. They lined up with De Gea in goal. Carrick, Varela, Smalling, Blind, Rojo, Fellaini, Rashford, Herrera, Lingard and Martial. So as I predicted in our podcast, we said they would probably really go for us at pace, and that was mainly their main game plan, was just the pace and the wings. They were using it a lot throughout the game. We had a really strong lineup. We had Randolph in goal, we had Antonio right back, Reed, Ogbonna, Cresswell, Coty Noble, Lanzini, Pat and Emeneki and Carroll up front. On the bench, one of the strongest benches I've seen. I actually put it out as a tweet. We had Sacco, Valencia, Song, Moses and Adrian on the bench. One of the strongest benches I've seen all season from West Ham. 2 minutes in, Fellaini had a header just over. They started slightly better than us. 3rd minute, Lingard dragged one wide. But the 4th minute, we had a nice build-up. Payet released Cresswell, or it was Noble that released Cresswell. He's whipped one in and Carroll just headed over the bar. It was a really good chance. 5th minute in, Payet's played in Emeneki. Emeneki's burst through and he's just dragged one wide. If that was Sacco, I think Sacco would have scored that. That's why I wanted Sacco to start, really. But Emeneki's, I'm like that with him at the moment. I can't work out whether I like him or not. 9th minute, Cresswell crossed the ball in again. Carroll just over. Very unlucky. Some of them chances we were creating were really sort of like nice, really good chances. We had some really good chances in the first 10 minutes. Both teams started really well. Both teams right up for it. 18th minute, Noble played a diagonal to Payet, crossed by Cresswell, Emeneki into the keeper's hands. Again, if that was Carroll with that header, I think we would have been 1-0 up at that point. 19th minute, Herrera dragged one wide. 27th minute, dangerous attack and Herrera hit one over. Again, it was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Real 50-50 game in the first half. 44th minute, there was a scramble in the penalty box. Antonio nearly put one in. Again, very unlucky. As I say, half time it was 0-0. Very entertaining, if a bit scrappy. Both teams had some chances and maybe could have been in 1-1, 2-2. Antonio was finding it hard with Martial. He was putting in a shift, but you know, Martial had was really teasing him, you know, like little tricks here and there. Carroll was winning as much as he could, but we couldn't get Pat and Lanzini on the ball in space, and that was sort of the real point of the first half. You know, we couldn't just, when they was on space, they was creating it, but we weren't getting them on the ball enough. But 0-0 half time, I was more than happy. You know, we've been a better team in second half this year, so yeah, I was well happy at half time. Lee sent a text over from Old Trafford saying that, yep, playing well, looking all right, just get on the second half. Got Sacco to come on, you got Valencia there, even like Moses I thought might come on, but he didn't in the end, but I thought he might. 46th minute, start the second half, no subs just yet. Antonio's burst down the right hand side, he's whipped one in, and De Gea's just punched it out and just sort of scuffed his hand. But yeah, that was a really, really dangerous ball in. It would have dropped to Emeneki if he wouldn't have got the punch on it. 61st minute, Reed felt a little bit of a twinge, didn't he? And he come off. Obiang came on. Coty dropped into centre back. He's always good to fill in at centre back. Coty, I like him there. He can do a job. Obviously, we miss his energy in midfield, but he can fill in at centre back. Not really much happened for a little while. 64th minute, Sacco came on for Emeneki. Been waiting for it, you know. Obviously, a few minutes later, we Payet a burst down. He went past a few players. He got into the box, and Rojo took him out. Stonewall penalty. I don't care what Michael Owen was saying. I know they had a few of them handball appeals for them, but none of them were penalties. Our one was a Stonewall penalty. He took his back leg out, and we should have had a pen just before really we scored the goal. Obviously, 68th minute, 4 minutes later, Pat was taken down by Blind, I believe. He's perfect range. I don't think he could have put the ball down anywhere else and he would have said I could score. So he's put the ball down, he's put it, and I've turned to my dad, I've turned to people I'm sitting watching with, I've gone, I don't know, he's got a great free kick on him, obviously one of the best free kick takers in the Premier League, but he's up against De Gea. I don't know. And then, wow, like, Payet has just got it. He's whipped it. David Beckham-esque, like Greece goal. Do you remember the goal Dave scored against Greece? He's whipped it in top corner, like it's just curling, whip. Paul's goals said after the game De Gea would be disappointed, but for me that was an absolute world-class free kick. We're 1-0 up. As I say, that's when I lost my voice. I went absolutely crazy, got very emotional. I'm thinking, we're going to Wembley now, that's it, we're going to hold on, we're going to do well. But Man United just got better from that point, really. There was really pressure. They didn't really have any great chances, but it was just piling the pace, and players were arriving late in the box. 81st minute, Carroll came off, Valencia was on. I think this was the mistake. Paul, obviously the other guy from my channel, he sent me a WhatsApp saying, very brave from Slav. For me at that point, I think Antonio should have come off and put Joey O'Brien on to fill in at right back, to just sort of do that shift for the last 10 minutes, keep us in the game. But no, he thought, I'll go for it, I'll put Valencia on, maybe given out there. I don't know whether Carroll was feeling tired or what, I don't know. But yeah, for me, Joey O'Brien should have come on at that point. 82nd minute, ball's come over. I don't know who crossed it, possibly Lingard crossed it in. It's gone all the way over. Martial's running in and he pops it in. It's 1-1. Looking at the replay, obviously, all you hammers would have seen it by now if you was watching. Obviously, Schweinsteiger sort of took Randolph out. It was, I don't know, if it was disallowed and it was a West Ham goal, I assume we'd all be a bit pissed off, but it wasn't disallowed. It was 1-1 and Man United were well on top. Some people will say we were robbed. I don't know. I think on the balance of it, I think them getting that goal at that time was worth it. It hurt, obviously. I thought, yes, we're going to Wembley, but no, wasn't to be. 91st minute, last sort of chance of the game for us. Antonio's burst through, managed to bully his way through, and he just dragged the shot. Forced to take from De Gea. It's full time and it's 1-1. I'll take the draw. I would have took the draw before the game as well. You know, to have that last ever FA Cup game at Upton Park will be amazing under the lights against Manchester United. It's a good way to get in the FA Cup. Obviously, when Pat put it in, I thought we was going to go on and win, but we haven't. And yeah, we're heroes out there today, and you could see like the face of Mark Noble at the end. He was really disappointed, and some of the players disappointed. But 1-1 up there, they're a very indifferent team, Man United, at the minute. And obviously, there was always going to be a backlash from the Liverpool game where they lost 2-0 in a week. So it was always going to be a tough game. And I think we're still sort of half struggling a little bit, not having a natural right back. I think it's just little bits and bobs, you know, and there's still a few players just on the edge of fitness, you know, like Sacco. He's back now, but he's on the edge of fitness. I think, like, give him some time. I assume the replay is going to be on the 23rd, I would say, 23rd of March. That's a couple of Wednesdays' time. They've still got to play. They've got to play Liverpool in a replay next week. They've got Man City the weekend, I believe. So they've got a few important games. They may get a few players back by then. But yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But I think we can do them at Upton Park. You know, under the lights, the atmosphere is going to be incredible. It's going to be like that playoff semi-final sort of night. Still 90 minutes away from Wembley. And as I say, keep believing, guys. I think we can do it. It's no hardship in that result today. As I say, many fans would have took a 1-1. Even Mark Lawrence had predicted a 1-1. Let's go through my ratings for the West Ham players. Randolph, I've given us an 8. Thought he played well, made a few important blocks and stuff. Antonio, I've given a 7.5. He did okay. Martial was a hard test for him, like a player with pace and loads of skill. Tough for him today. Reed, I've given a 8. He did well. He put some good blocks in, put his body on the line. Bono, a 9 for me. Great performance. Really marshalled the defence. Some good distribution as well. Very good performance. Cresswell, I've given a 7. He played well. He didn't get enough of the ball. I think they was closing him down quick. They knew that he would receive the ball and go for that diagonal to Carroll. And I think they'd seen that from the Everton game and they was nullifying that quickly. Coyote, obviously filling in at centre back for the last sort of half hour or so. He did well. I've given him a 7.5. Noble, 8. He did well. You know, give the ball away a little bit, but he did well. Lanzini didn't do too much today. 7 for me. Payet, 8. Wonder goal. did create some chances as well. You know, his passing was on point today. Whipped his was it 4 corners, didn't it? In that last sort of 2 minutes, he whipped in 4 corners that were really dangerous. Could have led to a goal. Whipped in a couple of dangerous, like, sort of little side free kicks that he did. Emeneki, 7 for me. Doesn't convince me. I think he's sometimes just paced behind the move and the cleverness. Carroll gets an 8. He did okay. He won every header that he could, even when Smalling was like holding his shoulders down and he couldn't jump. Sacco gets a 7. He did okay, you know, brings some energy, still trying to find his fitness. Valencia didn't have time to do much, just give him a 6. And obviously Obiang always does well when he comes on, just calms things down. I've given him a 7.5. So that's my ratings, guys. My man of the match was Ogbonna. I thought he was brilliant for us in a tough game. You know, at points in that game, I think there was something like 85% possession to them to 15% possession. So we had to ride the storm, and we did well, you know, and we've took them back. We're still in the hat. The draw's on Monday. So keep believing, guys. Honestly, I think we can do it. I think we can do it. Obviously, I'm a little bit disheartened making this video because I really thought we would do it. I thought we was going to go up there and just do it. And once Pat scored the goal, it was sort of like all that makings of a great story, you know. The new Di Canio scores the winning goal and we go to Wembley. But it was 1-1. We're still in it. Keep believing, guys. Thank you so much to the 113 subscribers we've got now. If you've not checked out the podcast competition, obviously all you have to do is like the podcast video and leave any sort of comment. It could be come on your irons or what you want to see us do, anything. It doesn't matter what you say. Just got to like the video and comment on the podcast video. There'll be a link in it, link in this video afterwards. We'll be back with a podcast where we'll go into the Chelsea game. We'll obviously talk about, get the views of the other guys, what they thought of this Manchester United game. Obviously, best and worst. We're going to talk about best and worst managers. Who's your best and worst manager you've seen at Upton Park through the years? I believe there's a new signing. Obviously, we'll talk about that in the podcast. Keep believing, guys. Come on, you eyes. Let's go back to Upton Park. As I say, I think it'll be March the 23rd, and we're going to do these, guys. We're going to Wembley still. Let's go.